Hello everyone, welcome to HW News. In the new year, India approved COVID-19 vaccine. Not one, but two COVID-19 vaccines, and it has already run into massive controversy. On Friday, the CDSCO's Subject Expert Committee met and gave a green signal to Oxford AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine, which is developed in India by Serum Institute of India. However, on Sunday, the Drug Controller General of India announced a formal approval for two coronavirus vaccines. First, Serum Institute vaccine, that is Covishield, and second is the vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech, that is known as Covaxin. On Sunday, the DCGI announced a press conference. It was called press conference despite the fact that no questions from the press were taken. Well, announcing approval to Serum Institute's Covishield coronavirus vaccine, VG Somani, the DCGI, said that the vaccine trial was conducted on 23,745 participants and the overall efficacy of the vaccine was found to be more than 70%. The Indian data was also found to be comparable with the overseas clinical studies. This is what the DCGI said. Moving on to Bharat Biotech's coronavirus vaccine known as Covaxin, he claimed that it is safe and gives a robust immune response.
Messrs. Bharat Biotech has developed a whole virion inactivated coronavirus vaccine named Covaxin in collaboration with ICMR and National Institute of Virology, Pune, from where they received the virus seed strains. This vaccine is developed on Virocell platform, which has well-established track record of safety and efficacy in the country and globally. The firm has generated safety and immunogenicity data in various animal species such as mice, rats, rabbits, Syrian hamster, and also conducted challenge studies on non-human primates, rhesus macaques, and hamsters. All this data has been shared by the firm with CDSCO. Phase 1 and Phase 2 clinical trials were conducted in approximately 800 subjects, and results have demonstrated that the vaccine is safe and provides a robust immune response. The Phase 3 efficacy trial was initiated in India in 25,800 volunteers, and till date, approximately 22,500 participants have been vaccinated across the country, and the vaccine has been found to be safe as per the data available till date. The Subject Expert Committee has reviewed the data on safety and immunogenicity of the vaccine and recommended for grant of permission for restricted use in emergency situation in public interest as an abundant precaution in clinical trial mode to have more options for vaccinations, especially in case of infection by mutant strain.
Now, as soon as the announcement came out, the development was hailed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his ministers. PM Modi took to Twitter to thank the scientists and doctors. He said that DCGI granting approval to vaccines of Serum Institute of India and Bharat Biotech accelerates the road to a healthier and COVID-free nation. However, he did not forget to give it the touch of his pitch for self-reliant India as well. He tweeted, "It would make every Indian proud that the two vaccines that have been given emergency use approval are made in India. This shows the eagerness of our scientific community to fulfill the dream of an Atmanirbhar Bharat, at the root of which is care and compassion." While the government is all happy that it gave a nod to not one but two vaccines, one among them completely indigenous, it soon kicked up a major controversy. Experts and critics pointed out that while Covaxin has been given formal approval, the Phase 3 trial data of the vaccine's efficacy and safety is yet to be published. This has raised serious concerns, leading to calls for more data on Covaxin trial. Covaxin is being developed by Bharat Biotech along with ICMR. In this video today, let us talk about the vaccine controversy and the questions arising out of it. But before that, if you are watching this video on YouTube, then please make sure you like this video and you subscribe to our channel HW News English. And if you are watching this video on Facebook, then please do like, share and comment below our video. Now let's move on to topic of the hand. First of all, we should talk about the vaccine approval process. How is it actually decided that a vaccine is safe or not? We have spoken about this in the past as well, so I will tell you very briefly, and the detailed interview that we have done about it, you can check it out in the description box. So first step is exploratory, where you develop the vaccine candidate. Then there are preclinical trials, vaccine trials on animals, and then there are clinical trials. Now this includes 3 phases. With each passing phase, the number of volunteers on whom the vaccine is administered increases. There are several considerations in that too. After that, the data is published about the safety and efficacy of the vaccine candidate. The findings are also published in peer-reviewed journal. All of this to ensure that there is enough confidence about the vaccine before rolling it out. And then comes the process of approval from respective authorities. It is only after passing these stages a vaccine is rolled out for masses. While DCGI approved the Covaxin, the Bharat Biotech vaccine is still in clinical trial phase. This has put a big question mark over the process followed for the approval of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Some independent scientists said that while the data from the vaccine's phase 1 and phase 2 trials is very encouraging, the data on phase 3 trial, which started off in November, has not come in yet. This efficacy data is an indication of how effective the vaccine is in preventing the virus attack. In absence of efficacy data, giving approval to a vaccine has had several scientists questioning the regulatory policy. Dr. Gagandeep Kang, leading vaccine scientist in the country, talking to Indian Express said, "If you take a look at what was proposed by the DCGI as an adequate data package back in September, when they published their draft guidance for approval of COVID-19 vaccines, it was very clear that they wanted safety and efficacy data, and it was expected that for the safety data, there would be at least 2 months of follow-up. Now, in the case of Covaxin, you do not have finished enrollment. So, where is your safety data based on what DCGI asked for? Obviously, there is no efficacy data either." While the lack of data is a major concern raised by the experts, there is another facet to the controversy, and that is the statements by various authorities. Let me begin with what DCGI VG Somani said. Asserting that no vaccine with even the slightest safety concern would not be approved, the DCGI said that the vaccines that have been approved for emergency use are 110% safe. He said, "We will never approve anything if there is slightest of safety concern. Vaccines are 110% safe. Some side effects like mild fever, pain and allergy are common for every vaccine." Now the question is, on what basis did DCGI claim that the vaccine is 110% safe? AstraZeneca's clinical trials for its vaccine in the UK and Brazil included 2 separate dosing regimens. A lower dosage gave a greater efficacy of 90%, while 2 full doses a month apart gave a 62% efficacy. The Serum Institute said that the company has already manufactured 40 to 50 million doses so far and would sell these shots primarily in India initially. But such a data is not available for Covaxin. So on what basis was the statement made? Meanwhile, Randeep Guleria, director of AIIMS and member of National COVID-19 Task Force, told the Indian Express that the approval to Covaxin was given to ensure that in case there was a sudden surge in cases and the availability of Oxford University vaccine was insufficient, it could be deployed in clinical trial mode. The fresh coronavirus cases in India are continuously decreasing. India logged 16,504 cases of coronavirus disease and 214 related deaths between Sunday and Monday morning, according to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The national recovery rate has also gone up to 96.19%. So what was the need to rush the vaccine that is still in clinical trial? Thirdly, the Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research, Dr. Balram Bhargava, on Sunday said that the Bharat Biotech vaccine may have some advantages over other vaccines on the new mutant strain first detected in the UK, which has already infected 29 patients in India. But this fast forwarding of the vaccine approval for Covaxin has also been questioned by political leaders. Congress leader Shashi Tharoor took it to Twitter and said that approval was premature and could be dangerous. Its use should be avoided till full trials are over. India can start with the AstraZeneca vaccine in the meantime. Congress senior leader, colleague of Tharoor, Mr. Jairam Ramesh also said that Bharat Biotech is a first-rate enterprise, but it is puzzling that internationally accepted protocols relating to phase 3 trials are being modified for Covaxin. Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan should clarify. Now, as the criticism poured in, the government ministers stepped in for defense. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri also took it to Twitter, calling opposition cynical. He tweeted, "Our in-house cynics, Mr. Jairam, Tharoor and Akhilesh, are behaving true to form. They first questioned the valor of our soldiers and are now unhappy that the 2 vaccines to get DCGI nod are made in India. Clearly, they are on a quest for permanent political marginalization." But the questions that have been raised about the approval process of vaccine are valid and should not be skirted as opposition to the indigenous vaccine. While nobody is denying the results shown by Bharat Biotech vaccine in phase 1 and phase 2 trials, government should clarify and give explanation convincing enough to let us know why it has been approved while still in the clinical trial process. Do let us know what do you think about the approval of Covaxin and whether you think it is right or raises concern. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Before taking your leave, as I always do, a small appeal to all our viewers. If you think the journalism that we are doing is the right kind of journalism, please do support us. And to support us, you can click on the join button on our YouTube channel HW News English. We have rolled out a membership program where you can enroll us as a member and you can support us in our endeavor for truthful and fair journalism. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our super supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.